Joyful adventure audits, come join the ride. Joyful adventure.
Welcome back to Joyful Adventure Audits. Here we are in October 2025, continuing our ongoing series on the lost and closed pubs of Birmingham. Today we're standing at the corner of Manchester Street and Blues Street, looking at another ghost of Birmingham's rich pub heritage, the Globe. Now, the Globe closed around 2014, so it's been over a decade since last orders were called here. At some point after closure, there was a brief attempt to resurrect it as Champion Restaurant and Bar. You can see the evidence of that failed venture if you look closely. But that too has closed, and now the building appears to have been converted into flats and housing. What's fascinating about this location is what's still visible. There's a ghost sign on the side of the building, that faded paintwork that whispers of what once was. The old pub sign itself has been removed, but its ghost remains, a pale rectangle on the wall marking where the Globe's name once hung proudly. These ghostly remnants are like archaeological layers, each one telling part of the story. This was a Mitchells and Butlers pub, part of that great Birmingham brewing empire that once dominated the city's pub landscape. M&B pubs were everywhere in Birmingham, and when you saw their name, you knew what you were getting: quality beer, decent service, a proper local that understood its community. But what really makes this building special is its deep history. I found something remarkable. Back in the early 1900s, the Globe wasn't just a pub, it was a home and a refuge. Someone posted online looking for information about who ran the Globe at 35 Blues Street, Newtown, between 1901 and 1929. Their grandmother had been taken in by the pub's owners after her parents died, and it was there, in the Globe, that she gave birth to their father in 1929. Think about that for a moment. This building witnessed births, deaths, entire life stories unfolding within its walls. It wasn't just a place to drink, it was where life happened, where communities took care of their own, where a young woman who'd lost her parents found safety and support. That's the human story behind these bricks and mortar. The Globe provided more than beer, it provided belonging, family, home. When publicans took in an orphaned girl and helped her through pregnancy and childbirth, they were doing what the best pubs always did, being the beating heart of their community. Looking at this corner now, converted to flats with only ghost signs to mark its past, I wonder if the current residents know what happened here. Does anyone living in these converted spaces know that someone was born here in 1929? That this building served as both pub and sanctuary? The attempt to rebrand as Champion Restaurant and Bar shows the desperation many former pubs face. Someone saw this building and thought they could bring it back to life, give it new purpose as a restaurant rather than a traditional boozer. But Birmingham is littered with failed attempts like this. The economics just don't work anymore. This area around Manchester Street and Blues Street has seen massive change. Many pubs around here have closed or been repurposed, turning this once thriving pub quarter into something else entirely. The Globe is just one casualty in a neighborhood that's lost multiple community gathering places. The Newtown area itself has a rich working-class history. Blues Street was known locally, people have memories of the park, of fairs that used to come through. This was a proper community, tight-knit, looking out for each other. And the Globe would have been central to that community life. What strikes me most is how quickly these transformations happen. The Globe closed in 2014, that's only 11 years ago. Someone watching this video probably remembers their last pint here, probably remembers the regulars, the atmosphere, the stories. And now it's flats, and those memories are already fading. The ghost sign is particularly poignant. Someone painted those letters decades ago, never imagining they'd outlast the pub itself. That faded M&B branding, barely visible now, represents an era when Birmingham's brewing industry employed thousands and pubs were considered permanent fixtures of urban life. The removed pub sign leaving its ghost outline is even more haunting. You can see exactly where it hung, the unfaded paint underneath protected for years, now exposed to reveal what's been lost. It's like an archaeological dig in reverse. Instead of uncovering the past, we're watching it fade away in real time. This building still stands, which makes it luckier than many we've documented. At least it's being used, providing housing rather than standing empty. But something irreplaceable has been lost, that third place between home and work where community happened organically. If you remember the Globe, if you drank here before 2014, if you knew it as Champion Restaurant and Bar, or if you have family stories about the early 1900s when it was a refuge as well as a pub, please share those memories in the comments below. Did anyone here know about the woman who gave birth in the Globe in 1929? Do you have family connections to this corner? These stories matter because official histories miss them. When councils document pub closures, they note dates and planning applications. They don't capture the human stories, the births, the friendships, the communities that formed around these buildings. We've documented hundreds of Birmingham's lost pubs now, and each one carries these hidden histories. The Globe's story reminds us that pubs were never just commercial enterprises, they were woven into the fabric of people's lives in ways we're only beginning to understand as they disappear. Standing here looking at those ghost signs, at the outline where the pub sign hung, at the building that's moved on to a new life as flats, I'm reminded why we do this work. Without documentation, without your memories, places like the Globe truly disappear. The bricks remain, but the meaning is lost. So please, check out our massive playlist of lost Birmingham pubs, subscribe if you haven't already, and most importantly, share your stories. The Globe may have closed in 2014, but its history stretches back over a century. Your memories keep that history alive. Until next time, this has been Joyful Adventure Audits. Keep sharing those stories, because every pub that closes is a library of memories that deserves to be remembered.
Faint letters whisper on the wall, a shadow of a name, that's all. The Globe is gone, the brick's gone bare, a memory hangs heavy in the air. Where pints were poured, where stories grew, now only ghosts are passing through. What's happening to our pubs? The heartbeats of our towns, closed and left to crumble or dressed in modern crowns. What's happening to our pubs? Stamped in rust and stone, a century of laughter, now alone. Repurposed dreams are just erased, the echoes linger misplaced, displaced. Chalkboards faded, doors locked tight. Who will sing their songs tonight? What's happening to our pubs? The heartbeats of our towns, closed and left to crumble or dressed in modern crowns. What's happening to our pubs? Ghost lines linger on the crumbling wall, faint whispers of pints and late last calls. The globe stood proud, now it's just a name. Manchester streets forgotten frame. Memories painted in peeling grey. The past won't leave it, just decays. Oh, the ghosts of Manchester street echoes where the laughter used to meet. Pubs were homes and lives were spun. Now the stories fade with the setting sun. M&B poured dreams, now they've dried. Champion bar tried, but it couldn't survive. A woman, boy, life in 29's haze. Back when pubs cradled family days. Oh, the ghost of Manchester street echoes where the laughter used to meet. Pubs were homes and lives were spun. Now the stories fade with the setting sun.